The readings for this last Sunday of Lent, the fifth Sunday, invite us to focus on the mystery of death. Death is a reality that we face and witness every day. And the invitation, because it is a mystery, is not to deny it, but to acknowledge it as part of being human. But death is not just about ending. It is also a passage of something that lasts and something that endures. It is also a beginning of something new, of something lasting, of something that is enduring. The first reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah talks about the establishment of the new covenant. And this presupposes that the old covenant is ending. It implies the death of the old covenant. The old covenant which was written in tablets of stones, in the stony hearts of the Israelites. But the new covenant is written in the hearts of men and women, which is ratified by the death of Jesus with his own blood. The second reading from the letter to the Hebrews says that Jesus learned obedience by what he suffered. Obedience. Obedience is a way of dying to oneself, a way of dying to one's preference. Jesus in the Gospel says, "Father, take this hour from me." It is as if Jesus does not want to suffer, does not want to die, does not want the cross. But in the end, he says, "Not my will, but your will be done." In the Gospel, the obedient Jesus was attending the Passover meal. In this celebration, some Greeks attended the celebration. And these people might have heard something about Jesus. And so they were so curious to see him. So they approached one of his disciples, Philip, and they said, "Sir, we would like to see Jesus. We would like to see Jesus." And then Philip turned to Andrew. And then both of them approached Jesus and said, "Some people, the Greeks, who are attending this feast, would like to see you." But Jesus did not give an answer, yes or no. He said, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified." What is the meaning in the Gospel of John of the hour? Ang takna. In the Gospel of John, the hour means the passion, death, and resurrection of Jesus. When the Greeks said, "We would like to see Jesus," we have to understand what seeing is. What's the meaning of the verb to see in the Gospel of John? In the Gospel of John, the verb to see is not just about appearances. To see Jesus is not just seeing how he looks, his height, his color, his skin, his face, the way he smiles, and the timbre of his voice. It's not just that. The verb to see, from the perspective of John, is more than appearances. It is going beyond appearances. The person wants to see the other because he wants to enter into the depths of the heart of the other. The other wants to discover the soul of the other person. So this is the meaning of the word to see. To see means to discover what is deep in your heart, what is deep in your soul. What do you value? What is important to you? What makes you tired? What inspires you? What motivates you to action? That is what seeing in the Gospel of John. And Jesus said, in response to the desire of the Greeks who wanted to see him, he said, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified." He talks about his passion. Why? Because if we really want to see Jesus, who Jesus is, what is in his heart, what is in his soul, what is important to him, we have to look at the cross and the passion of Jesus. Because the cross of Jesus is the eyeglasses that provides a vision for us to discover and see clearly what is in his heart. We only discover who Jesus is in his very passion. If we want to discover what is in his heart, we have to discover what is it that Jesus wants to die for. If we have nothing to die for, we have no reason to live. Only those people who were able to discover, or who are able to discover what they die for, these people have the reasons to live. And death and life are not contradictory. They complement each other. If we want to know what life is all about, we should discover What is it that we are willing to die for? Without that discovery, life has no meaning. There is no desire to wake up early in the morning. There is no motivation to work. But if we have something to die for, we have reasons why we push ourselves to wake up in the morning, even if we are already tired, even if our body is aching, even if we don't want to work. Living and dying are two important realities in life that would provide people to discover what is in our hearts, what is in our soul. And they are complementary. You look around in your families, in your homes, in this church, in our society. Is it not true that what is alive and living around us are the fruits of the many dying of those courageous and generous people who were ahead of us? What we are enjoying now is the fruit of the many sacrifices of people who love us. If we want to live, we should be ready to die. And if we have reasons to die, living becomes meaningful. We want to see Jesus. But what kind of Jesus we would like to see? This Lenten season, Jesus wants us to see a Jesus who suffers, as Jesus who enters into his passion, a Jesus who is also risen. The cross is the eyeglasses that we need to use to provide us the vision to see what is in the heart and in the soul of Jesus. Let us ask for this grace, the grace of courage, to see Jesus suffering for us, to see Jesus dying for us, to see Jesus saving us because he loves us. Amen.